The year was 1954. With their sturdy, broken-down microphones, they were headed for greatness in the American West. Jack and Ron in the morning. If you don't laugh like this, you're probably normal.
The following entertainment special contains mature subject matter. Parents may consider some of the program content unsuitable for children. Parental discretion is advised.
It's the bad boys of radio. Here's Jack and Ron.
Hey guys, Jack Dam Elliott, Ron Dan Williams here at Othello's Italian Restaurant. And this is a replay of what happened today. We were not live because of some Facebook issues, but we're giving you the show right now.
All right. You have to remember, it's not our fault.
Website. We also have a hotline you can call us on, area code 405. Write this down. Log it in your phone so you have it with you at all time. 405-509-5030. That's 405-509-5030. That's the Jack and Ron hotline.
You mean to tell me they can call us right now?
Yep.
Right now? And we can go ahead and talk to them, maybe even put them on the air. Is that what you're telling me?
I don't know. That'd be up to Richard, but yeah, they can call. Richard gives us a thumbs up on that. All right. Here we go. We got to start everything off as we do each and every week. By the way, we got a ton of information to cover today, so we're going to try to scoot through a lot of these elements. We've got news of the Albee Dam, Sleezy Trashy Show Biz report, Tri-Bond, news of the, I mentioned news of the Albee Dam, but also the dumbass joke of the day. All coming up, but first, Ron has your Too Tough trivia.
All righty, here we go. We're gonna go back a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Who got paid the most at Woodstock? Who got paid the most, and how much did they get?
I would say the Who.
Okay.
Am I even close?
Are you close?
You
well,
don't want to say.
they were at Woodstock.
Can you refresh everybody's memory of who was at Woodstock?
Jimi Hendrix. I would say maybe Jimi Hendrix or the Who. Were the Who at Woodstock?
Let's see what Sly and the Family Stone. They were.
I believe they were there.
Yeah.
What about?
I have a list. We got Jimi Hendrix, Sly, Family Stone, The Grateful Dead,
Janis Joplin,
Jefferson Airplane.
I think Janis Joplin got the most.
Country Joe and the Fish.
Country Joe and the Fish, man, that was a great band. I love them.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Santana.
Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, they were good, man.
John Sebastian. There was a lot of people there. I would say Jimmy. I think Jimmy got.
I wanted to say Jimmy
got a
also,
big check.
but I guess we have to wait to find out.
Yes, you do.
How about that?
Also, very, very special today. Of course, the birthday of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
And folks were, a couple of folks say, you're not going to go in, it's a holiday. And I said, the best way I could express the holiday and at the same time go ahead and express my thoughts and feelings on this is to show up and do that work. That's what Dr. King would do. And I'm no Dr. King, but I can definitely try to follow in his footsteps and a lot of the efforts that he made to go ahead and be a part of the community and to educate everybody. Now, another one, I should have made this Too Tough trivia, but how old would Dr. King be today?
88.
No.
Dang. Am I even close?
Well, you gave a year.
Why, no. All right, well, maybe not.
No. Richard, you don't know?
Probably. Just give me a hot second.
You know what?
Is he looking at the phone?
I think I went too high.
78.
That's probably the right age.
All right. No, it isn't.
All right. But how old would he be?
He would be 95 years old
You
today.
know, I was going to say 90s until Jack said I think I went too high.
I blew it for him. All right.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay. So our Too Tough trivia question has not been answered to our knowledge. We know a bunch of the artists who were at Woodstock. Who was paid the most?
And how much were they paid?
I'm sure
you will be surprised.
Probably what they were paid is probably about the average cost of a concert ticket today. All right, we got to get to Asinine Trivia. This is where we do a contest we developed many years ago. Radio station salespeople would come to us and ask us to come up with some outstanding contest to give away a prize.
And we would.
Yeah, from their clients.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the client, usually the salesperson had some client offering something like 5% discount coupon on a tube of toothpaste. So the sales rep wanted us to make it like we're giving away a Cadillac. Okay, we're giving away a 5% discount on toothpaste. So as we let the sales representative know the prize sucked, our way of doing so was come up with asinine trivia. Here we go. Question number one. Trivia so easy, it's asinine. Richard, question one.
You got to get this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Name any breakfast cereal. Any.
Frosted Flakes.
Got it. Number two. What liquid do most people usually pour on their breakfast cereal?
Milk.
There you go.
I use almond milk.
I use almond milk as well on my
Yeah.
Cheerios each and every morning.
When I used to drink milk, I would drink almond milk.
Almond milk is great.
For
I
some
love
reason,
it.
I've stopped drinking milk.
Well, I only use it on my cereal. I don't drink milk any other time except on my Cheerios.
Can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever was a fan of like drinking buttermilk?
No. Ever. I had a my
never,
grandfather. My grandfather.
Okay, so
Yes.
it was an older generation.
Yeah, way up there. I mean,
And I tell you,
it was like
I've seen them
That's
take
aggressive.
I've seen them take some cornbread and put it in that buttermilk.
That is
Me too.
aggressive,
Yeah.
man.
And
That
it
is
was-
aggressive. I just recently started buying buttermilk just because I've been making cornbread. And like I like it in my cornbread and my pancake
Right.
batter. But man, to think that people at one point, I was talking to my mom about it the other day. I was like, why were people drinking buttermilk? That's all they had. Like, they didn't have water? I would so drink water over some buttermilk.
I would too.
God.
I'm telling you.
See, I don't know why you like buttermilk pancakes.
I don't, but buttermilk pancakes and buttermilk is like two extreme different things.
Totally different. Yep. I do. I never have drank buttermilk except to taste it because my grandfather drank it. It is so. It's like drinking milk.
Butter.
It's like drinking milk right out of the spigot, right out of the udder of a cow.
See, and it's thick.
Oh, yeah.
See, I don't like that thick
That
taste.
thick, you don't like
that
thick, creamy white taste.
Yeah.
that coats your tongue and all that. No,
All
buddy.
right. Well, anyway, let us continue with asinine trivia. Final question. Question number 3 and the final question. Name the two guys who have won more broadcast awards than any other broadcasters in the state of Oklahoma and who also squish grapes with their naked rear ends to make wine and then offer free samples of that wine to politicians and government officials. Oh, and who also host the #1 video podcast in America.
Come on.
Jack and Ron.
Hey.
You got it, buddy. Good job. I am so proud of you. By the way, guys, I missed this. I was supposed to bring these. I did bring them for the Christmas holiday. I forgot to give you guys a bunch of DVDs that I found for you. And they're all brand new, still in the wrapper. I've got Gabe the Cupid Dog. One of you guys can have that one.
Aw.
Okay.
Good. Congratulations, Richard.
Here's Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. That's another DVD for you guys. Oh, here, a 4-movie marathon on DVD. We've got The Perfect Man, Head Over Heels, The Story of Us, and Wimbledon, all for you. What? Oh,
There's something.
The Wedding Date. I've got that for you. These were Christmas gifts for you guys. I feel bad I didn't hand them out during the Christmas. And finally, last one, and you guys are going to fight over this son of a gun. Funky Monkey.
Funky Monkey.
Funky Monkey.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. What's Funky Monkey doing?
The Funky Monkey.
He's got on. He's one high-tech super chimp.
High-tech super chimp.
Zany family comedy packed with action. Funky Monkey begins when chimpanzee trainer Alec McCall rescues, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and all of a sudden.
Doesn't that sound like a great movie?
And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this monkey's smarter than me.
Yeah. You got Funky Monkey right here. The two of you can fight over that one. Oh, there was a couple things I wanted to touch real quick. How about this? McDonald's is bringing back the double Big Mac. I mean, the single Big Mac isn't enough. They've got the double Big Mac coming back for a limited time.
Was that 4 pieces of meat
Yeah.
and
Well,
a bucket of sauce?
It says if you didn't get to try this 4 years ago, now is your chance. Just don't skip your cholesterol medicine. McDonald's bringing back the double Big Mac for a limited time. They first debuted it on March 10th of 2020, just days before the entire world shut down thanks to COVID.
Or because of that.
Yeah, maybe. So not many people got to try it, but the double Big Mac is out.
3. So we're talking about 4 pieces of meat and 6 pieces of bread.
And what about the cheese?
And, and the cheese and the sauce.
Yeah.
And, I don't know about you, but see, this crying. Take out those 2 middle pieces of bread and just have a regular burger.
It sounds good to me.
That's what I'm looking at.
I got a question for you, Richard. How come I'm not getting the video?
You know what? You see me sitting here jacking with this?
I keep flashing with. I am not getting video.
I'm not getting it either.
On the Jack and Ron Facebook page.
Let me investigate.
But in the meantime, why don't you put your shirt back on, man?
All right. So anyway, the double Big Mac is back. Anyway, I'll just give you the quick rundown. It's like a normal Big Mac, they say, but with 2 patties on top and 2 on the bottom. So a total of 4 burger patties, but I guess the bread remains the same. Oh, and by the way,
I'll figure it out.
What? The video?
No, Facebook is having issues.
Oh.
It's Facebook, not us.
Yeah.
I was about to say, no matter what goes down, it's not our fault.
Interesting. Normally it is my fault. But
Facebook's having a problem?
Yeah.
So what do we do?
I'm recording.
Okay, so the audio will be
and
the video can be put up later.
I'm still recording.
I got another piece of food information for you that I thought was interesting. Since I just had Eichen's recently, Eichen's Bar, the oldest bar in Oklahoma since 1896. You know, that fried chicken to me, and I've had fried chicken a lot of places, and I know it's not the healthiest thing, but by God, I do love fried chicken. And so every 6 months or so, we hit Eichen's. And I hit it again this past week. And I remember the first time I went to Eichen's, this going back, 20, 30 years ago or whatever, you could get the whole chicken for $7. The whole chicken now is $18.
What?
18. That's if you pay cash. $18.90 if you pay with a credit card. Because Eichen's at one for the longest time, Eichen's only took cash. But now they take a credit card, but you get to pay the credit card fee and then some.
But homemade chili is $9 for a bowl.
It's a bowl. It's a pretty good sized bowl.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I mean, you could probably share it. I've got to say, $18, it's worth it for that chicken. You get the whole chicken for $18. I mean, I know you can go to Costco and get one of the rotisserie chickens, and they're great, and it's only $4.99. But doggone it, we only go to Eichen's, every so often.
I was about to say, it's too bad they don't have a half a chicken. Or do they have a half a chicken charging $9?
You get a whole chicken.
It would go along with the rest of the $9.
Yeah, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Yeah. They got chili cheese nachos, which we always order as like an appetizer, a starter. And we always get the fried okra. Oh, my God. It's like, it's awesome. And they do serve soft drinks, lemonade, bottled tea, no coffee, and they do serve beer.
All right, good enough.
I make sure I always get beer.
I'll tell you, if you want beer or something a little stronger, we were talking about NDBs just a moment ago. And let me tell you something.
Yeah.
That bar, whatever you want, whatever you can come up with, my friend, they got it for you.
At Andy B's?
Yeah, at Andy B's.
Yeah.
And of course, the kids, they had the arcade there is absolutely fantastic. And you can go ahead and get some tickets at that arcade and go to the Redemption Center. And the kids will walk out so happy, and they'll only look at you and say, thanks, Mom or Dad, or Mom and Dad, for taking me to someplace that's brand new, that is out of this world, and that someplace you're not ashamed to take a friend or relative.
There you go.
Yeah,
I got a couple quickies for you, too. This could fall under our news of the I'll be damned, but I'm just going to serve it up early. A 64-year-old grandmother in Massachusetts named Roxanne tried to poison her husband because he had well, wait a minute. She tried to poison her husband because she had a new man waiting in the wings, soap opera star Thorsten Kaye of the TV series The Bold and the Beautiful. Apparently, here's the deal. Some scammer had been texting this grandmother, pretending to be Thorsten, and she bought into it. She believed it was real, partially because she's a diehard Bold and Beautiful fan, and she falls for outlandish stories. One message from Thorsten, allegedly from Thorsten, the soap opera star, said, "You have to get rid of your husband, honey. I need you so much. Roxanne, she responded to that.
Well, that was had to be in her mind.
No, this was for real. This person who was pretending.
That's what he told her?
Yeah, this guy who's pretending to be the soap opera star, this scammer, said that to her. You got to get rid of the husband, honey. I need you so much. She wrote back, I need to do some thinking. And that's when she hatched a plan. She says, I'm making some amazing soup, a special potion. He will be hungry when he gets in. And later, when hubby got back, he didn't feel well. Maybe I can collect his life insurance, she said to Thorsten. It's not really Thorsten, but, she's thinking it is. And he says, honey, when will that be? She says, I don't know. Anyway, you got to hand it to the scammer. Somehow they knew that she was a huge fan of Bold and the Beautiful. Most scammers don't even know your name. Anyway, Roxanne's husband did have some medical event. She was the one who called 911 when it happened, but he since has recovered. Didn't take long for police to zero on her. They zeroed in on her pretty quick. She's been charged with attempted murder along with resisting arrest, assault on a cop. Unclear what kind of soup she made and what she spiked the potion with. The real Thorsten K has not commented, the real soap opera star. I can only say one thing. No soup for you.
I'm just thinking about that. If you're having a problem at home, a little disagreement, what have you, and you sit down for dinner, do you look at that food real good, or do you wait till he or she takes that first bite? That's crazy.
That is spooky.
That is crazy.
Hey, speaking of crazy, here's something my wife found. She had kept a file with regards to. This goes back quite a few years ago when you and I. This was back in the year 2000. What is that? 23 years ago?
No kidding.
When this guy named Comet was writing to kill me. And he would write.
I remember that. Yeah, you kept asking me to walk you to your car.
She says
he wanted to kill you, Jack?
Yeah, he wanted to kill me because he claimed I was a racist pig. He wrote, what's up? This is just one of his many emails. What's up, Jack D. Elliott? Is the D for damn racist pig? How's everything in Racistville?
I'm glad you changed.
Well, the thing is, Ron and I were working together at the time, and we're like, what's going on? This guy's calling me Jack Racist Elliott. And this whole thing goes on and on. He claimed he was going to shoot and kill me in the parking lot. He knew what color vehicle I drove. At any rate, I just thought I'd bring it up.
Was it all facts? Like his?
No, it's all real. I mean, he really played. Yeah. And he claimed he knew what color vehicle I drove.
Did he ever say it?
Did I ever what?
No, did he ever say you drive X?
Oh, yeah, he said I drove a red Blazer
from
David Stanley Chevrolet. Well, I did drive a red Blazer for a brief period of time because, as Ron knows, at the time I was doing all the TV commercials for David Stanley Chevrolet. I would change vehicle. I'd get a demo every few weeks, a different one. So at one time he knew I was driving a red Blazer, but I wasn't driving it at the time he wrote this. And he says, you and Ron have been working together for 10 years, right? How many times have the two families had dinner together? I rest my case, you racist pig.
I wonder if
That's
this
what he said to me.
Ron, was this you?
He went on and on. Anyway, I've got a whole file that my wife kept because, and Richard, of course, you weren't around at the time. You wouldn't have known this, but the police and the FBI were involved. And all of a sudden, one day it stopped. I don't know what happened. They won't,
How often was he? Was it like monthly?
It was like every day, every couple days.
Wow,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You can tell when Jack was walking to his car because he was all alone. He was just one guy in the parking lot.
Whoever this person was, and I don't know where they got this idea that I was a racist. I don't know where they conjured it up. All I know is this guy called himself Comet, and I know the FBI and the police were involved because the station was very concerned. Because what if they mistook me or mistook someone else for me and shot them?
If they were that concerned, why didn't they go ahead and provide some security for you?
That would have been a good. That would have been good. Yeah,
that shows true concern.
Well, they weren't that concerned, were they? And eventually,
not at all,
and they weren't that concerned when they laid us off, despite having the #1 radio show in the country. They still, Anyway,
how about some good news?
Yeah,
I've got some good news for you.
All right, I want to hear it.
Your next paycheck will, I guess, except for us. Your next paycheck should be a little bigger.
Really?
Yes, because the IRS has adjusted the various tax brackets for 2024, inflation has a little bit to do with it. So your paycheck should be a little bit bigger the next time you get one. Check it out. Check them both out. And congratulations to you. And also, we want to say goodbye to Fruit Stripe gum.
Yeah, I heard it was going away.
Yeah, it's going
I didn't even know it was still out there. Did you?
No.
Fruit Stripe gum. I don't chew gum, yeah.
And, of course, the big news that made national news, there is a drone in Oklahoma City, primarily in Moore, but in Oklahoma City, that is dropping adult sex toys all over the place. Most of the place where you can't, you have difficulty getting them because it is a drone.
Kind of rural areas.
Yeah. But
churches.
But this made national news. I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't either. This is the first time learning about it.
And at the same time,
It's like, oh, so that's how they got in
Yeah.
my backyard.
Can I give him my address?
yeah, one of those. Honey, what are you doing with this? Well,
I didn't.
I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, you just happen to find it all packaged up and everything like
Yeah.
this?
Found it in the backyard.
Yeah. So that's more where apparently the heaviest wave is, but it's all over Oklahoma City, and the police are not happy about this at all.
Why are they mad?
They're giving away free.
Are they selling these sex toys?
Well,
is that what it is?
That's a good question.
I have absolutely no idea, and at the same time, because they are not in the easiest areas to pick up, that may be part of it. I have absolutely no idea, but maybe somebody's doing something that they didn't get permission to do, and the police can't do anything about it. Therefore, they're angry.
Okay. By the way, if you couldn't be watching right now or listening because we're having to record the show today. Everybody's wanting to know, where are you? What happened?
But
Apparently,
wait a minute. Can they hear us?
no.
Oh,
So we're just talking to each other, but
Well,
it'll be
what I'm going to do is I'm going to rebroadcast it today.
Okay.
Right after. I'm going to just throw it back out on
and
Facebook.
then we'll
for
post
people.
it on Facebook and
Yeah.
Twitter and all that stuff that we're rebroadcasting today because Facebook is down. We can't apparently show video right now. There's no way we can do it. Anyhow, there was a couple things I wanted to do, a couple things I want to touch on. But first, we got to get to our first piece of audio for the day. Aaron Rodgers says, we can't play the audio?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers, who I always thought was a little off center. I mean, great quarterback, can throw a ball a million yards and all that. But he has been dropped as a guest on that podcast show or ESPN show, Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee at ESPN. He was having Aaron Rodgers on once a week. Well, Aaron Rodgers made Jimmy Kimmel very mad by claiming Jimmy Kimmel would be on the list of those people on that Epstein list that came out last week.
Yep.
And that Jimmy Kimmel was frequenting Epstein's island or wherever to have sex with young girls. So,
pleasure.
yeah. So Kimmel has threatened to sue him, and now Kimmel has just really destroyed Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, because of this false accusation by Aaron Rodgers, Pat McAfee has made the announcement that they have dropped him. Pat has drawn scrutiny for allowing Rodgers to appear on his show and go into lengthy conspiratorial rants about everything. So Aaron Rodgers' last words on the show, here they are. Check it out.
Stupid enough. I'm an overly concussed wacko. I really am. End quote.
That's all, folks.
Aaron Rodgers.
I've been watching, been reading different things about him that he was sort of like on the fringe for a while.
Oh, he still is. Yeah.
Going out eating different things and strange foods and going to strange places. So I don't know.
He's had all these conspiratorial rants about different things he claims are happening and how aliens are coming down from the sky and doing this and that. He's just like, he's out there.
Now, wait a minute. No, I don't know about that alien thing. Because number one, you've seen.
Yeah, I know. I've seen on a UFO. You've seen one too.
I've seen. So,
yeah. But I think his stuff was a little more conjured up, just in his own mind. It wasn't something he actually experienced. So,
Well,
anyway.
But some good news for you too. Full of good news today. Dermatologists are now saying, guys, this concerns you. Men do not have to change their underwear every day.
I do.
But women do. but women
Thank you,
because of their physiological makeup, they have to go ahead and change it every day.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, the only exception, if you wear the loose boxer type, then yeah, you should change it every day. But if you have
a snug brief of some type,
yeah, you don't have to change it every day.
I change them every day, but I actually just wear it one day and then flip it inside out and wear it the next. So I get 2 days use out of one pair.
That works. Do have to change mine.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll take a commercial break. Be right back. We'll tell you more about Flash Hauler, Andy B's, a little bit about Othello's. We got some information about Louis. We got so much going on.
Hey, Jack, BK, I need some wings. Are you guys out there?
Affirmative. Your backup is cloud-based. It's all on the cloud nowadays.
That's funny. But do you guys have the wings?
Winger, Jack. Winger. Hey, they had a couple of big hits back in the 80s, remember? Winger, big hair.
Great wings don't just fall from the sky. They come from Louis, where we're preparing food fresh daily. Come try one of our great new sandwiches. Or wings with any of 7 delicious sauces. Louis, we're in your neighborhood.
We've got this down to a science. Over. Yeah, we're just not up here winging it.
Hey, Al, I thought we were meeting at Othello's.
Hey, Jack, I am at Othello's.
Well, I'm looking around and I don't see you. Well, wait, are you at Othello's in Edmond?
No, I'm at Othello's in Campus Corner in Norman.
Oh, great. Well, fortunately, both Othello's have great Italian food.
They sure do, and I'm having the baked ziti.
Ooh, I'm having chicken marsala.
Let's continue the meeting.
Yeah, sure thing, over the phone, but I need one thing.
What's that?
Your credit card number, because you're buying. Othello's Italian Restaurant on Campus Corner in Norman and in downtown Edmond.
You bought it online, and now you need to haul that big couch. Flash hauler it. Bought a washer or dryer and need to transport it from the seller's location to yours? Flash hauler it. Have office furniture to move across town? Flash hauler it. Car breakdown and you need a tow? Flash hauler it. Anytime you need furniture or appliances moved or need a tow, Flash hauler it. Haul it, tow it, deliver it with Flash Hauler. Download the Flash Hauler app free. Do it now. Flash Hauler.
And they've become the game changer in the senior moving game because they've integrated with all, not just one or two, but all senior living centers in the state of Oklahoma.
All.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
From Ardmore to Tulsa, from Idabel to, the Texas Panhandle, all senior living centers. They do it all. They're an incredible operation. And here's the thing. We met with Flash Hauler earlier today. We didn't realize this. If you have a senior that's moving, say, from a rehab center, maybe they've been in rehab at one of the local rehab centers or hospitals, and they need to move into a senior living center, and you need to do it quick, they can do it that day or the next day. They can do it within hours. They're that fast.
And they have a crew that is absolutely unbelievable. Do you know if you're moving into a new senior living facility, they have the architecture all laid out. They have everything laid out, so when they are unloading your furniture or whatever, they know exactly where to take it, how to set it up. They will pack it, they will unpack it, and if you ever talk about something that I don't like, and that is packing and unpacking, I hate that so much, especially when you start looking for stuff, and I don't know, maybe I left it there.
Yeah, well, here's the other part of that whole thing, as Ron was describing. They have the actual floor plans for every facility in the state of Oklahoma. Whether, say one facility has a 3-bedroom, a 1-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, whatever it is. They have the actual floor plans from every senior living center in Oklahoma. They can show you which one. You can look at it. They can take a look at how much furniture and whatever you have to move. They'll give you a flat rate. It's not hourly. They give you one flat rate, tell you what it's going to cost to move from point A to point B. They can also do that if you just go to the store, buy a washer and dryer. A lot of times you go to these big box stores, oh, yeah, we can deliver it, but it's going to be a week and a half before. Okay, well, not with Flash Hauler.
My dishes are dirty now.
Yeah, you call them, and they'll take care of it today. All right? Go to the website, Flash Hauler, FLASHOLR.com. That's flashhauler.com, and Google the word Flash Holler, FLASHOLR. Tons of reviews, and they're all excellent.
Hey, let them do the heavy work for you.
Yeah. We also have to say hi and hello, and doggone it, that place is fun. What place? Andy B's. Andy B's Bowl Social. They have an incredible setup with axe throwing. The axe
one that I've sort of gotten hooked on now.
Yeah.
That is so nice. The targets will change. There are different targets where you can interact with them.
Right.
Unbelievable. They have the dinky bowl, the duck bowl.
Duck bowling
for little bitty kids, and they have the MIB. I think you were sort of fascinated with that, where they have the actual alleys. They have holograms on them, and you can even trace the course of your ball. They've got pool. They've got darts. They've got a huge bar.
And a top-class restaurant to go with it.
Oh, yeah, and an arcade that is second to none.
Unbelievable arcade.
That you won't even see at some of the other places. And at the same time, a huge redemption center where you can go in. The kids or you can take tickets that you win and trade them in for fantastic prizes, all under one roof. And don't forget about the helpful robot that will carry your bowling ball for you.
Oh, yeah. It's very cool. It's just south of 122nd on North Penn. North Penn, just south of 122nd. Looking for the giant letter B.
You can't miss it.
Yeah, it's like 2 stories high.
Yes.
Andy B's. And I'm telling you, if you want to check them out a little more, find out more information, you go to bowlandybs.com/OKC. All right? bowlandybs.com/OKC. Andy B's. What a great place it is, too. Holy cow. If you haven't been, you need to check it out. And I'll tell you what, snowy days, cold days, whatever, kids are in the house, take them over to Andy B's. Let them go crazy in that arcade.
And you go find that bar.
Yeah. All right. We got to get to the email because we got a lot of questions from a lot of people with a lot of problems. And rather than go to Dr. Phil or somebody who allegedly has a shingle that says, I know what I'm talking about.
By the way, they canceled him.
Yeah, that's right. They did. Yeah. They come to people in the know.
That's right.
And that's us.
They canceled Dr. Phil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
This is his last season. And of course,
his last hurrah.
It seems that he's getting wilder guests on there now to go out with a bang.
Yeah. So that maybe one of the other networks or syndication services picks him up.
Now everybody's tired of him. Okay. Dear Jack and Ron.
Oh.
I think my woman is cheating on me. She works all the time, but I don't see any extra money. She says the extra dough should be in soon. Now, all of this late night work has me thinking she's putting in some overtime on someone else.
Oh.
Guys, I'm about had it. What do you think? Well, is she...
We're supposed to...
Well, with the evidence that you have, especially when you start talking about money and are working late, I'd be thinking about this.
Why'd you ask her about it?
Yeah, that's where you can start.
Well, she said the money should be in soon. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
You ask her. I say, find out where she's working, where she's going to be. Visit her.
Yeah, there you go.
Ask her, then leave her.
Bring her flowers on the job site, or take her a dinner or something if she's working late.
Oh, that'll be real nice. Peggy, I'm Peggy's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Who?
What are you talking about?
Well, she's supposed to be working here tonight.
Wait a minute, no.
Overtime.
Hey, I thought your name was Natalie. He says your name is Peggy. What? Well, that's her club name.
Yeah. To see what club. Let's see where she's working at.
Yeah. Okay. Very well.
They'll normally send off some fire alarms.
Yeah. Well, be sure and talk to that spouse, mate, girlfriend, wife, whatever the case may be, and look, if she's working all this overtime and you're not seeing any extra money, I think now is the time for you to go ahead and put your foot down.
It's about time.
Right in her butt. Okay.
And it's about time for us to check into Roy. Check in with Roy, the movie guy. Roy, the movie guy, has all the information about what's going on at the movie theaters and the box office.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I am actually abroad. I'm in Panama City, Panama, doing this for you guys, but I wanted to make sure that you guys get the movie news and the one movie opening up this weekend, the ISS, which we'll get into in a second. But first, a rundown of the top 5 movies and what they made this past weekend. Number 5 was Migration with $6.2 million. Anyone But You was number 4 with $6.9 million. Wonka was number 3 with $8.4 million. And The Beekeeper was number 2 with $16.8. And the number 1 movie was Mean Girls, the remake, with $28 million. Now, a special note, there's a movie that opened up also this past weekend, but it was number 9 at the box office, called The Book of Clarence with $2.5 million. My number 1 movie right now, because it's just January, but my number one movie right now is The Book of Clarence. It is fantastic. Definitely go check out The Book of Clarence. Now, let's talk about the movie that's opening up this weekend at the box office, the ISS, standing for International Space Station, starring Ariana DeBussy. If I said her name right, I apologize. Tensions flare in the near future aboard the International Space Station as a worldwide conflict breaks out on Earth. Reeling, the U.S. and Russian astronauts aboard each receive orders from the ground. Take control of the station by any means necessary. Rated R with a runtime of 1 hour and 35 minutes long. And that's a look at what's opening up this weekend at the box office. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right. Thanks so much, Roy. You saw a preview for...
Yeah, I saw previews for that movie.
What is it called again? Clarence?
ISS.
Oh, ISS. Okay.
Oh, yeah, where the Russians and the Americans are fighting for control of the space station.
Yeah, and what was the other one he was talking about? Clarence or something? Or?
Yeah, Clarence is the one that came out last week. Ranked number 9 in the box office. But he said that's his movie of the year
His movie of the year so far, okay.
I feel bad because I'm not that familiar with Clarence.
I'm not either.
I think it was a low hit. I think it was just kind of like... one of those movies that didn't get that much publicity.
Yeah, not a lot of promo stuff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just got an alert here. OU Health Science Center in Oklahoma City closed tomorrow due to the cold. Now, what if I have frostbite and I need to go to the OU Health Science Center for medical treatment?
Find somewhere else, Jack.
Okay.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
All right, I got to do this real quick before we get to some more audio. I thought this was great. You know the Lost Ogle? I love the Lost Ogle. They write some very creative journalism.
That's the best way to put it.
So here's a little story they wrote, and it's based on some reality and facts. Most of the stuff they do is based on true facts, but they put a little spin on it. It says here, this is from the Lost Ogle, Governor Stitt's goal to make Oklahoma a top 10 state becoming more and more of a reality. Last week, a research group released a ranking of the worst states to work in. Coming in is no surprise, they say. Oklahoma ranked number 5.
Oh!
Here are some details.
Good job.
It says, these are details. This is through the Lost Ogle and KOKH TV, I guess. It says, a new study finds Oklahoma one of the worst states to work in. The study by Peak Sales Recruiting ranks Oklahoma 5th worst state to work in. But don't worry, they say lawmakers are addressing the problem by doing things like proposing we turn away all federal education funding, so things are bound to get better.
Yeah.
Here's more. To make that determination, researchers analyzed recent data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Bureau of Economic Analysis, and the Tax Foundation. Metrics used in the study included job and GDP growth, union representation, weekly hours worked, commute times, remote work, earnings, all that. And even though they love to promote any weird internet rankings that puts Oklahoma in the top 10 of something, looks like the Oklahoma government has been pretty silent about this. Not surprising at all, though, is it?
Not at all.
I still want to know what happened to the missing money that should have been going to Langston University.
That's in someone's pocket.
Yeah. Somebody's got it.
I mean, we're talking $500 million, if I'm not mistaken, $500 million, and that should have been going to this university, and no one is saying anything. Not
I know.
A doggone thing about this. And it was mentioned in the news, and all of a sudden, even they're not talking about it anymore. Yeah.
Well, here's one last little statement from the folks there at the Lost Ogle. It says, Governor Stitt, lawmakers, and other politicians are continually stumped as to why businesses don't want to relocate here. Sure, they say, our state may be poor, uneducated, and managed by a bunch of backward-thinking right-wing religious zealots. but at least you can treat employees like crap and get away with it. Now, who wants a tax subsidy? Yeah, come
there
on.
you go.
Yeah,
Welcome to Oklahoma.
As far as money for children, for the school lunch programs, didn't the governor just veto that?
Yeah.
Saying that the kids have enough to eat.
Yep.
During the summer program, yeah.
How do you know that the kids have enough to eat?
It was going to allocate like $40 per student, I think, to families who are in need during the summer months, so kids have something to eat.
Yeah,
And I was told that the reason they poo-pooed it was because it had something to do with gender equality and allowing.
Everybody
I guess
gets hungry, man.
I know. They said because part of it that was written into the big bill or whatever the law was, is that it would allow cross-gendering to play in sports, that Title IX thing. So I guess if you were born male and transed into a female, you'd still be allowed to play on a female sports team, even though you're basically had male gear to begin with.
Here's something I want to say.
I'm just saying,
kind of about that. Aside from the ones that people decide to networks, stations, whatever, decide to showcase, how big of a problem do you think this really is? Well, especially if a woman wants to go aheid and I don't know,
play quarterback for the OU Sooners,
get on that football. You think
if she's good enough, let her play.
That's what I'm saying. Dallas needs a little help. That's all. I'm sorry. At some point,
you got to put it out there.
Yeah, it had to come out.
This playoff time, you got to put it out there.
What in the blue hell is going on when all of a sudden a team that hasn't lost a home game all season long, they have a team that they're playing, the Packers,
a young team,
with a young quarterback. I think it's his first time out. What?
I know. It looked like the Packers were playing Putnam North. I mean, it was just that first half. Brutal.
I don't get it. So, the governor, if he's worried about something, maybe he could be worried about something a little bit more than making sure that, young kids get something to eat during the summer.
There you go.
Well, if you can't handle the Indian tribes, they already told you to go.
Go pound salt.
Yeah, go build a teepee somewhere. Now, at the same time, why in the world are you couldn't mess with them, so now you're going to mess with the kids.
Yeah,
they've got enough to eat. I'm going to tell you something, Gov. A lot of times, some of the kids, depending upon where they come from, that meal that they get is the only meal that they get.
All right.
How can you?
Well, speaking of meals. Speaking of meals, there was a lady named Paula Deen, still is a lady named Paula Deen from the Food Network, who would often pop in on our radio show to update us on her activities with her two sons. And I have some audio from one of those, one of those occasions when she popped in. And on this particular occasion, it was summertime. She was talking about enjoying the weather and watching World Cup soccer. And I believe going swimming with her sons, something like that. Here's Paula Deen popping in.
Hi, y'all. It's me, Paula Deen from the Food Network. I'm so excited. I love warm weather, and I love the upcoming weekend. I've been watching that soccer stuff. You been watching soccer, the big games?
No.
World Cup?
No.
Oh, it's so exciting. I love soccer, and my two boys, Juniper and Bisco,
excuse me, Paula, just for a moment. Maybe you've been watching too much because you seem to have forgotten your son's names. Again.
Not again.
That's Jamie.
Jamie?
Bobby.
Bobby.
Okay.
Oh, those are my boys.
Pretty, a couple of normal sounding names and not like you got something from the Twilight Zone.
It just slips my mind.
Do you drink, Paula?
Ever so often.
We'll figure out what you call often.
Oh, okay. All right. I like Patron. Oh, I drink that straight from the bottle. Patron Silva. I love that stuff.
Really?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I love tequila. So smooth, Patron. Oh, smooth as a baby's behind. Anyway, I like the soccer too. In fact, I'll have a shot or two. I'll have a blast or two while I'm watching soccer. And
a blast or two.
Yeah. And my boys, whatever the hell their names are, they love
Jamie and Bobby.
That's it. They love playing the game. They love running with their other players in their tight little shorts and those fun little shoes with the spikes. And I like watching soccer with my two boys.
I'll bet. Now, see, if that was at my house, I'd be calling and ordering in a pizza.
Now, that's what you eat, though, when you're watching World Cup soccer. And by the way, here's something I learned yesterday. Do you know why an old bra and a bad soccer team are similar? You know why?
Why?
No cup and no support. I thought I'd throw that out there because I thought I'd be a funny one this morning and bring you a little comedy. Mama D made it funny. You get it?
Lord have mercy.
I got to run. My boys are downstairs in the car waiting for me to take them to Pelican Bay to go swimming, and I told them to behave. We got kicked out yesterday.
And you're going back again today?
Yeah. See if we can get back in. We got kicked out yesterday. My boys kept farting in the pool. We better run. Bye, y'all.
Paula Deen, always good to hear from her. It was always unique. It was always a fun time when she would drop by the old radio ranch.
Yeah.
Had nothing but good times with her.
Yeah, have you seen her lately?
I haven't seen her in a while.
I had a chance to see her. I know.
How's she doing?
I thought she was going to try to lose weight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay.
Hadn't happened.
I'll let it sit right there.
Okay, well, I guess that is a problem. All right, we got to get to, man, we're starting to run behind here. But hey, we're not even on live today.
Yeah,
so.
and plus we started a little late.
Yeah, we did start late because of the.
We didn't start this late.
Well, we probably started 5 minutes late.
It's time. It's time for the award-winning
news of the I'll Be Damned.
All right then. Well, here you go with your news of the I'll Be Damned. 20 minutes into a Delta flight, Delta Airlines from Birmingham, Alabama to Atlanta. A terrible stench spread throughout the cabin. And no one knew what it was till they landed and they deplaned. As they were getting off, they spotted a seat 8 rows in front of them, covered in feces. Ugh. It turned out another passenger had soiled themselves and just decided to sit in it for the rest of the flight.
And the rest of the flight couldn't figure out what that was?
That's aggressive, man.
Another passenger backed up the story. They said they were in the same row as the pooper, but across the aisle. That person said the substance in question was, quote, on the seat, spread out like peanut butter. Peanut butter. Didn't say whether it was Peter Pan, Jif, Smooth, or Crunchy. They said the person did leave the plane, and as they did, they sprinted straight to the airport restrooms.
It's too late now. I might as well just walk.
Yeah.
Did you get your luggage? Did you change clothes?
It could be the person just got extremely stressed out after reading about the door on that one plane being torn off in mid-flight. You remember hearing that one last week, right? Well, maybe just that thought scared them.
Should have been on the plane.
I think they call it the plug.
The plug. That's what that's.
The door. It's called,
it's called the plug.
Yeah.
And now they've I guess kept grounded a bunch of the M9s or whatever.
Maxes, I think.
Yeah.
And not some of them, all of them.
Yeah. For good reason. Nobody wants that plug coming out in mid-flight.
Did you see where the guy that was sitting near the door, it took his shirt right off?
Yeah, just ripped it off.
And it's like, wow, I don't know.
That's aggressive.
That is way aggressive.
So, as a matter of fact, all flights now are saying if you have a child, stop carrying your child in your lap and make sure that they are buckled in.
Yeah, someone's phone went flying.
Yeah, phone got sucked right out.
Yeah.
Anything that's loose will get sucked right out of the plane. If you had like a cup of coffee or whatever sitting on that table, it'll just get sucked right out. That's why they say the child would have been sucked right out of the plane too if it had been sitting near that door and not buckled in. All right, we got to get to what we love around here. It's Ron's
Sleezy Trashy Show Biz report.
Just a minute.
What happened? What happened? Did I miss it?
We have,
I missed one. My mistake. I thought I was going to get through a whole show without screwing up the schedule, but I just did it again.
Well, Richard, I told you.
Yeah, he did.
Let me get to it.
All right. On it.
Got one more piece of audio before we get to the Trashy Showbiz report. Okay, Toby Keith. You know he's from Oklahoma, down there in Moore. Big country music star. He's talking about how he wrote that song, big song for him called Should Have Been a Cowboy. He wrote it in like 20 minutes on a hunting trip with his buddies. Here he is explaining it.
I went on a pheasant hunting trip to Dodge City, Kansas with about 20 knuckleheads. And there was a guy got up at our table and tried to dance with this girl in this steakhouse bar we were eating in. We were in hunting clothes. His name was John. And he jumped up in his hunting clothes and ran over to grab this cowgirl to dance. She turned him down, and on the way back to the table, we were laughing as one of the guys hollered, "John, you should have been a cowboy." And so I thought, I'm going to write that. And took my guitar, sat on the side of the little motel tub and shut the door where no one could hear, and I wrote it in about 20 minutes. I went on a pheasant hunting.
That's pretty good. 20 minutes, wrote a song, and I think that went up like #1 country chart. Yeah. Made him a bunch of money.
I didn't know he sounded like that, which makes sense, though.
Yeah. He's country.
And you can figure a country song like that you can fit sitting on the edge of a bathtub.
It does sound about right, doesn't it? And Toby Keith, man, he's lost a lot of weight. He had stomach cancer. He's, managed to beat that from what we can tell, and in remission. And, good luck to the dude. I mean, that's a hell of a thing to go through. Apparently he had experienced a hell of a lot of pain with that and what he's gone through. And now he's back. He was, I guess a couple weeks ago, he performed a couple straight hours in a row in Vegas. So he's doing well. All right, now we can get to, I think I just like to do this so that I can use the megaphone more often.
Sleazy Trashy Show Biz Report.
Well, let's get on it. Rumor has it, Bill Belichick is now the top choice for coaching duties at Dallas.
Wow.
Just a rumor, and for some people,
it makes sense to me.
Hope.
Yeah. Everybody's hope down in Dallas.
Jeez. And, I will say this. It's funny, with all of that talent, all of the blame, probably rightly so, goes to the coach and not to the players, although Dak didn't have one of his stellar games. Anyway, Gary Busey was caught exposing himself and urinating in public.
Not Gary Busey.
Yeah. See, I thought he was sane now. I thought he had gone through all that stuff and he was all right.
Well, I don't know. After that motorcycle accident where I don't think he was wearing a helmet and he head hit the curb.
Yeah. He hadn't been right.
He's been a little delirious ever since. Poor guy.
Kristen Stewart now says that the Twilight, that movie, is a gay movie.
How did she say? What is it? I had no idea.
I mean, it felt, very suspicious, but how was it actually gay?
She doesn't go into that.
I bet not.
Yeah.
I think my wife and daughter like watching it. I felt a little effeminate if it was on when I walked in the room. So
yeah, that's why I meant. Like it was a little,
I never watched it.
Suspicious, but I just figured it was just a chick flick. I watched it a lot just because my wife is like obsessed.
It was a little spongy for me.
You watched it because your wife was watching. You watched it because your wife was watching.
And I didn't really watch it because every time it was on, I'd leave the room. I couldn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cardi B is broken up with Offset. Who cares? Top Gun 3 is now in the works.
Get out. They're doing a third one?
Oh, yeah, well, this made so much money.
Yeah, it did too well.
Yeah, too much.
We're not going to let all that money go away.
Yeah.
William Hung has now beaten his gambling habit. And
William Hung?
Yeah.
I didn't know he had a gambling habit.
Bad gambling habit.
Wow.
He was threatening to put out another album. The Critics' Choice Awards named Succession as Best Television Series, as well as Best Actor and Actress.
Did you watch that show at all? I watched some of this. It was pretty good.
No, I didn't, man. What's today, Monday? When was it on? I don't even know what it was on.
Oh, I couldn't tell you, but I watched it when it was on.
Best Comedy Series went to The Bear. Best Limited Series, Beef. And Best Movie, Oppenheimer. That's your Hollywood update, my friend.
Very good. All right. I'm looking here at the schedule, and I'm keeping track now. And I noticed that it is time for the
dumbass joke of the day.
I'm correct, right?
You are correct.
Good, because I'm the one who writes the schedule. You think I could get it right. All right, here's what we do. We have 3 very cheesy jokes. We always call upon Ron to pick one of the cheesy jokes. So again, today Ron gets to pick his cheese. The 3 jokes today, number 1, the optimist. Number 2, the monk. Number 3, the lawyer. Again, the optimist, the monk, the lawyer.
Considering today is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, I want to be optimistic.
I knew it. I always bet myself in my head which one he's going to pick.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, here we go with the optimist, okay? Guy named Frank always looked on the bright side of everything. He would constantly irritate his friends with his eternal optimism. so positive. No matter how horrible the circumstances were, he would always reply, it could have been worse. So to cure him of his annoying habit, his friends decided to invent a situation so completely awful, so completely bad, that even Frank could not find any hope in it. Well, on the golf course one day, one of the guys says, "Hey, Frank, did you hear about Tom? He came home last night, found his wife in bed with another man. He shot them both, and then he turned a gun on himself." Frank said, "Man, that's awful, but it could have been worse." And they said, "How in the hell could that have been worse?" And Frank says, "Well, if it had happened the night before, I'd be dead right now." Hey, that ain't bad, huh?
I didn't even want to laugh, but I laughed.
Where's the bell? I should get a bell for that.
I'm gonna give you a bell for that. I don't understand. Divorce her, leave her. Why you want to kill yourself over this?
Okay. I got another one for you, just for fun. Every 10 years, the monks in the monastery are allowed to break their vow of silence. Every 10 years, they can break the vow of silence. And they're allowed to speak only 2 words. So 10 years goes by, and one monk's first opportunity to speak, he thinks for a second and says, "Food bad." 10 years later, he gets to speak again. His 2 words, "Bed hard." Another 10 years goes by. He gives the head monk a long stare, and he says to the head monk, "I quit." The head monk says, "I'm not surprised. You've been complaining ever since you got here." Okay. Oh, I'm giving you one more.
That was cute.
Okay, I'll give you one more.
Yeah, I can say that in mixed company. I can tell that joke.
Yeah,
you could. Yeah.
The first one, a little risky.
Okay, this one you might be able to tell in mixed company, if they're open-minded. A lawyer is standing in a long line at the box office. Suddenly, he feels a pair of hands kneading his shoulders, back, and neck. The lawyer turns around and says, "What the hell are you doing?" And the guy says, "Hey, I'm a chiropractor, and I'm just keeping in practice while I'm waiting in line." And the lawyer says, "Well, I'm a lawyer, but you don't see me screwing the guy in front of me, do you?"
Lawyers do tend to do that a lot.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're so-so.
I'd say number 2 is the winner.
Okay. The monk?
Yeah.
All right.
Number 1 made me laugh, though.
And number 1 was pretty damn
funny. It was
funny.
dark. It was super dark.
Oh, I love dark humor. You know me.
With death, man. I don't know.
I like that dark humor. I always have.
Right.
So one of my favorite movies was War of the Roses with Michael Douglas. You remember that?
I love that.
That was dark and what a beautiful movie.
Just enough sex in it.
It was a beautiful. If you've never seen the movie War of the Roses, go ahead and look it up. Download it, look it up, find it, and watch it today. Okay? All right, we got to get to the Tribond, where every week we give you 3 words. You got to come up with 1 word that works with the 3. Answer must match mine. Okay, the 3 words last week. We give you a whole week to think about it. Last week we gave you these 3 words: crab, juice, computer.
That one was hard.
Crab, juice, computer. Okay.
Do
you remember the answer?
I do.
I didn't. I don't think I didn't get it.
It was, I feel, apple.
Apple was right. Crab apple, apple juice, apple computer.
What's a crab apple? That's the type of
apple.
crab
apple. Crab apples. They grow on a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never seen a crab apple?
No, I have not.
They're only smell about like that.
They
big.
grow here?
Yeah.
Wow, those are the annoying apples you can't eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
You don't eat those damn things.
Yeah.
Unless you want to die.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know it was called crab apple.
Yeah.
See,
no, I know.
One more episode where you have
I might be able to graduate.
Life-changing information from this show.
Look what you're learning. Okay, finally, Tribond for this week. We give you the answer next week if you don't get it today. Bag, white, can.
Are you saying white?
Yeah, white.
Or right?
White.
Light.
WHITE, white, like the color of this paper, white. Okay, so bag, white, can. Okay. 3 words. You got to come up with 1 word that works with a 3. We'll come back next week and give you that special word. Unless you guys think you have it, but don't give it away. I know. Do you think you have it?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's laughing because
okay. I got you. I know.
Bag, white, can.
I think that was it. Bag, white, can.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty easy one, really.
Yeah, of course it is.
As simple as all get out. All right.
Well, I bet you it's as simple and easy as 2 Tough Trivia.
which we thought we had the answer to. We may have, because we named almost every artist that played at
kind of hard
Woodstock.
at that time when you name every artist, you know you're going to get.
And so the question,
but it wasn't Jimmy.
The question: who got paid the most at Woodstock, and how much were they paid?
Richie Havens. No.
Jimi
Hendrix. Okay.
Now, how much did you get paid? What year was this?
1968, 69?
Something like that.
I almost went.
25,000.
Oh, hell no.
No, that's, I'll give you a hint. That's too high.
I'd say he probably got $2,000.
That's too low.
5.
That's too low.
10?
10?
That's too low.
Oh, well, someone close. 15.
That's too low.
He got $20,000?
That's too high.
Oh, I think about 17 grand.
Okay.
Oh, let me give it to you.
Yeah, tell us.
18.
18 grand.
18
That was a lot of money back then.
Oh, there's a ton of money back then, considering all of the artists that they had.
Yeah,
that was big.
They had there, and some who were probably more commercially successful than he was as far as music and things of that nature. So Jimmy pulled it out, 18 grand for his.
Some of the people that appeared that I loved, Richie Havens was one of them, Jimi Hendrix another, Janis Joplin, loved her. A band called 10 Years After. They were freaking awesome. Loved them. Country Joe and the
Fish.
Fish.
Say you went?
No, I almost went. I had friends who were.
What made you not go? Do you remember?
Yeah, I had work to do. I was working for the post office, delivering the mail.
No way to get off on that.
No. So I had a group of friends. There were about 4 or 5 of us. We were sitting around one evening talking about, hey, this Woodstock thing's coming up there in upstate New York. Do you want to go? You want to go? We were all talking about going. And I said, I don't know. I have to go and take off work, and I'm working at the post office delivering the mail, and I like the money. And if I take off, I don't want to burn my vacation time. So I didn't go. They ended up not going either. But
so you killed it for everybody.
Yeah.
Way to go.
I ruined it for everybody.
So this is a trip that you didn't take, and your friends who wanted you to go didn't take either.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Jack.